إن الله لا يغير ما بقوم حتى يغيروا ما بأنفسهم. Allah will not change any society, any community, any group unless they themselves change. That's the Quranic advice. I'm the most senior man in this audience, I think, in this crowd. I'm now 85 years old.
MashaAllah. Tabarakallah amrakum.
I'm not saying that that's something achievement.
It is.
I think Allah has given me this opportunity to speak my heart to people who are ready to listen. Education as empowerment begins from Rasulullah. How was Rasulullah empowered? Think about it. He was empowered through wahi. Iqra. Recite. Read in the name of your Creator. That was the medium of instruction from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. It empowered him. It made him to stand against enemies. It's not a simple achievement, my brothers and sisters. You all stand shoulder to shoulder when you pray behind the Imam. That was a revolution created by Rasulullah among a society that was always at fight. For anything they took for the sword. Empowerment through Allah made Rasulullah to create a society at that time. That tradition took the Muslims to the front stage of the world under the Abbasids. Mu'tazilites, Ali ibn Sina, Ibn Rushd, Al-Kindi, who are these people? Who are these luminaries who brought together in Baitul Hikmah, started by Ma'mun, Khalifa Ma'mun. His seat was sown by his father, Harun al-Rashid. Whom did that Hikmah attract? Not only Muslims, attracted Jews, attracted Hindus, attracted Chinese. It became an assembly of luminaries. Al-Kindi published 400 volumes. You know that? Mustamana war. He didn't have the effort, he didn't make the effort to look for those publications. Education. Imam Abu Hanifa, a businessman, but what did he do? He was educated in a madrasa, propounded the Hanafi sect. Likewise, I can count hundreds, thousands in the history of Islam where education has empowered Islamic empire. Why did Sri Lanka? This is the question. I don't have the answer. I want someone to do the research. Of all the Muslim minorities in the world, as far as I know, according to my reading, only in Sri Lanka, the Muslim minority was treated so magnanimously, shown the best of hospitality by the Buddhist kings for thousands of years. Why? What was the secret behind this? We say that yes, the Muslim came of traders and he wanted to sell gins and the spices to the Arabs, and also the friendly relationship. No. It was much more than that. I give a hint. Those who want to research on this, study about that Buddhist family which converted to Islam at the accession of Khalifa Mahmud. They are called the Barmakids. In Arabic, Baramika. This Buddhist family rose to they converted to Islam and became the advisors, treasurers, financiers of Harun al-Rashid. What did they do? What did they do? So that until that time, the Islamic scholars, the Mutazilites, were looking at Rome and Greece, their work, studied them, improved on them. It was the Barmakids who changed their direction to India. Al-Biruni came to India, translated Upanishads. How an international society was created by the Muslims. These are the gems that come from our history. Brothers and sisters, we are neglected. We are never studied. For the last 44 years, or 45 years, I have been devoting my life so these are emotional things. It's hidden in my heart and now throwing it out for you. For 44 years, I was thinking, writing about the Muslims, although I am an economist. My training as an economist. That's my specialty. But I want to know, why are the Muslims like this? Why are we thinking that we are Muslims in Sri Lanka and not of Sri Lanka? Up to now, majority of the people, we think that we are in Sri Lanka. Muslims in Sri Lanka. No, we are Muslims of Sri Lanka. How do we become Muslims of Sri Lanka? We must become Sri Lankans. Somewhere along the line, education was diverted. I told you that Allah's wahi was the medium instruction to the Prophet Muhammad. That was Haqq al-Yaqeen, which is not available to anybody else, only for the prophets. Then there is Ayn al-Yaqeen, that everybody else knows. If you touch the fire, you get burnt. That you can see in experience. The third is the most important. Ilm al-Yaqeen. Ilm. That ilm, Allah never divided ilm into ilm al-akhirah, ilm al-dunya. Who divided it? Our mullahs. Oh, English education, haram. Kufar. Let's put our children in Arabic schools. Let's teach them Arabic. That was how Muslims were diverted on a wrong direction for hundreds of years. When Anagarika Dharmapalan and his deputies were working hard to establish Nalanda College, when Arvind Navalar and his colleagues were working hard to establish Hindu College in Jaffna, Siddhilabbe, Ayal Abdulaziz, people like them, and of all the Siddhilabbe were trying to establish Zahira Madrasa, Zahira College. Inspired by Arabi Pasha, who was sent as exile by the British to Colombo. And what did the Muslims do? They threw slippers on Sidil Bay when he went to Mardana Mosque. That's the treatment they gave. That's education, secular education. Who wants it? Let's teach our children ilm al-akhirah. That was how our children were diverted, my brothers. I can speak along on these lines. I don't want to. That tradition continued. In 1950s. Go read the Hansards in 1950s. The amount of effort Razik Farid made to establish Muslim schools. Why? Because he spoke at the Senate. I remember those words. We want to remove our children from the tyranny of the Tamil teachers. They weren't taught in Muslim areas. I am also blaming the Tamil community. The Tamil teachers did not teach in the Muslim schools. I'll tell you an interesting story. At Bakanigavala, Goa province, Bakanigavala, there was a school. In the 1950s. The inspector of schools one day went there and wanted to write something for the students to test them. So he took the chalk and wrote to the blackboard. He couldn't write. It was slippery. He asked the students, Sir, the blackboard was used as a board to cut dodol. So what were the teachers doing? Nothing. They left it like that. So we had our children sent backward because the Tamil teacher didn't do their jobs. I tell this to the Tamils also. Openly I tell this. Because I know the facts. So Razik Farid single-handedly fought for it. And the result was Muslim schools. We were latecomers. Then the next step came with Dr. Ameer. Here again, because I was a very close friend of Dr. Ameer. I used to visit his Gambala house in the afternoons to have long chats. One day, when he was giving appointments to Muslim girls who have passed 5 subjects in SSC, or 4 subjects, I was angry because I was a young man, an exuberant man, talking too much. So I asked him, Sir, when is the hearing? What will happen to the students? Ameer Ali, what are you studying, man? I am not giving the job to her. I am giving the job for her child, so that she will not send the child as a shopkeeper. What a foresight the man had. What a foresight that man had for the Muslim community. We will not have the Muslim Mahavidyalayas of today if not for the service of Dr. Ameer Ali. What did we do? In 1980,
77.
83.
77.
No, 83. I went for the conference in Anemia with H.M.Z. Farooq, who is like both of us. After the conference, Farooq and myself decided to visit Sir Razik Farid and Dr. Ameer Ali. We went first to Razik Farid's house. Razik Farid, they are that fluent in Tamil. Very interesting the way they speak Tamil. Mahan, Samuvathukari is Kalluri. They were stoned to work for your society. Then we went to see Dr. Ameer after his defeat at the particular elections. That's a story, personally, a lot to say about it. sir, how are you? We asked. ஒரு நன்றி கட்டு சமூகத்துக்கு சேவை செய்து மனமுடிஞ்சு போயிருக்கிறேன். A thankless society. I served them. I'm now completed servant. That is how we treated. Those two leaders, without them, you wouldn't have had doctors and engineers today, more Muslims. Education was ignored by us. The life of a Muslim before that was circulating in among three institutions: the mosque, the shop, and the house. Voodoo, Pallivasal, Kadam. That's where the life circulated. We never looked beyond that. Education did not empower us. When the opportunity came, we misused it. How? We don't know what to teach. When the Shobhasha education was introduced, look at the predicament of a Muslim child. A Sinhala child will learn Sinhala and English. A Tamil child will learn Tamil and English. A Muslim child has to learn now Sinhala, Tamil, Arabic and English. 4 subjects in the school wasted in teaching language. Can you imagine the loss for a small child that time? I pointed out at the conference. People didn't think like that. Oh, we are teaching Arabic. How much Arabic you need? How much Arabic you need for each child? We are the madrasas. The attitude towards the madrasas is also different. School nalla padikadi podu madrasa. So all the ducks went to the madrasas. Am I right? Because I've been researching on this for 40 odd years. When I came across these facts, it boiled my heart. How we missed the bus. How we missed the bus. Finally, the Southeastern University got it. It's not a university. To be frank with you, it's not a university. It is a Mahavidyalaya. Where is the research? University status will be raised if the academics are showing publications in research. Where are they? There's a nice proverb in Tamil. Sakti is not available. Sakti is empty. The pot is empty. How can they get through the school? Sakti. That's the situation. So the empowerment education, there's no doubt about it. From the history onward, from the Rasulullah's life itself, the history continues. Somewhere we let us down. Because of the wrong approach towards life, wrong approach towards education, wrong approach towards living. I'm not speaking anything academic here. I'm speaking honor language, so people can understand. So education, that is why for a long time, even the UNESCO, even institutions, to measure the progress of a society with the GDP ratio, growth rate, percentage change in GDP, gross domestic product. Later they changed it into HDI, Human Development Index. Human Development Index includes income, longevity, and literacy. So literacy, education has private benefits and social benefits. because the social benefits is greater than the private benefits, early stages of education, primary school, secondary school, in most countries, they are free. I am one of those, a product of free education. From kindergarten up to my PhD, I just spent a set. Sri Lanka was unique in it. My father was teacher, ordinary teacher. Would he afford to send me to London? To Australia? No, even dreamt of it. It was this government. So facilities were there. We didn't use it. We misused it. Our schools became dumping ground for, in fact, I am from Katangudi. You all know that. Katangudi here, and my primary school was in division number 5. A big school. The total number of students in that school when I was in the grade 5 was 360, I think, or something around. In the grade 5, there were about 30 odd students. So, Katangudi was the first Muslim town to get a central school. Only after that, Manna central school was opened. So, we got the central school. Of the 30 odd students in grade 5, only myself went to the central school. But about the others, for a Haribo. This was our situation. Katangudi, the densely populated Muslim enclave, should have been the first place to produce a graduate. I am not saying this in the credit about myself. It waited till myself entered the university in 1960. Why? Because he ignored education. Thanks, my friend, he read a very interesting paper, very nice paper. I thought that would be much more welcome by professional educationists, but I don't understand what he said almost, because now I feel that all these technologies are creating problems. Human interaction, which he mentioned. The system is crashing. You know, I don't do online banking. When I went to the bank, they said, "Don't you online banking?" I said, "No, I want to come in the morning, say good morning to you, I will get some money. So I interact with you. I talk to you. I meet you." Now into the airport, I don't know how to do this online checking. My son said, "Dad, you go there and do it." I said, "No, get me a boarding pass in paper." I got it. Because I could able to take to the person, the counter. We are losing human touch, my brothers and sisters. We are losing human touch. One day I was traveling in the bus to Murdoch University. Number 999 bus, circle service. A girl came, a student, go to the bus, sat there, opened the phone, started pressing. I said, "My dear, can you talk?" I want to keep it, force her to talk, because the whole damn place is like dumb, no one talks. Even the university is deserted. I want to mention this also. In the 1960s, when the Vietnam War was going on, universities were the bedrock of protest. Students started it. From London to Paris, Germany, India, everywhere. Why? Because students were there at the campus every day. I was there at LSE at that time, London School of Economics. Every weekend we had protest march at Trafalgar Square. They were chased by the police. Then, last year, the Gaza started. Where was the protest? Not to the universities that make much later, a small scale. Because university doesn't have a community to protest. Where are the students? They are online learning. We are teaching online. What nonsense is this? So I told my university people, look, a lecture does not mean simply talking words. My body language, the interaction with the students, all that counts. That's not there now. We lost it. So the community life is now disrupted. And the latest book I read, I not read completely, but I'm just going through, is by Wim Lunak, a Dutch economist. His latest book on the crumbling of the entrepreneurial empire. He gives the reasons how technology has made societies. Oh, 2 minutes. I told him if I start, I won't stop. Okay. Oh, so the empire of entrepreneurship is crumbling now. The system is breaking. So there's a systemic crisis in the world stage. That was why I am writing, publishing for the last 2 years of the systemic change in Sri Lanka. If you have read my articles, you see that continuously. Systemic change. Alhamdulillah, I hope things will get better. Muslims will become Muslims of Sri Lanka and be part and parcel of that wonderful country. Thank you very much.